Yo, it's your boy Dctree, and this is Dctree-Nation, the channel on YouTube that covers hoops and heroes. And today we're talking hoops. We talking the Spurs, y'all. Although the Spurs aren't in the playoffs for the first time in like 2 decades. Either way, we still got something to be excited about. The Spurs have the 11th pick, so hopefully that helped them become a stronger, younger unit. But today is about Keldon Johnson. Keldon Johnson and how he exploded in the bubble, averaging around 14 points a game, shooting like 60% from the field. He had a great run in the bubble, and it got me to thinking, guys, can Keldon Johnson be the next Kawhi Leonard for the San Antonio Spurs? Now, before you say I'm jumping to conclusions, let's just take a closer look at that concept and that idea. When Kawhi Leonard first came to the Spurs, he was purely a defensive player. He was the 15th pick in the draft. No one really knew who he was, okay? He was a defensive powerhouse. Now, Keldon Johnson has shown, glimpses of being great on the defensive end, being a bulldog. He doesn't quite have the physical assets and the hands that that Kawhi had, but he has actually shown some of the same characteristics that young Kawhi Leonard showed. When Kawhi Leonard first played with the Spurs, although he played a lot more games, and he did start a lot more than Keldon Johnson his first year, but he only averaged 8 points and like 5 rebounds, okay? Keldon Johnson, although he only played 17 games, which I got a whole video about how Pop dropped the ball on that. Although he only played 17 games, Keldon Johnson averaged 9 points, about 3 or 4 rebounds, okay? So, I mean, he's in the ballpark of those same Kawhi-like numbers, okay? Kawhi Leonard, as a young player, had a hell of a work ethic. I'm hearing already that Keldon Johnson is in the gym 5 in the morning, putting in work. You see what I'm saying? He's not on an island somewhere. He's not hanging out anywhere. He's putting in work. So he's already showing the characteristics of being the Kawhi Leonard. Remember, Kawhi Leonard had basically no offensive game. He was just a defensive bulldog. And here we go again. Keldon Johnson. Offensive game is a little raw. Defensive bulldog, okay? He get in there with Chip England, get that shot right, get a little consistency, get a couple moves. He may evolve into a Kawhi. Kawhi didn't really explode till 3 or 4 years into the league. He averaged 12 points his second year, 12 points his third year, and then that fourth year when the Spurs won the championship, by the way, he had 17 points per game with the 7 rebounds and the 2 steals, and he kind of broke out. Keldon Johnson has that opportunity to do something like that, and he's going to have more time to develop than Kawhi did. Kawhi had to play behind Tim and Manu and Tony in some regards, but Keldon, he has free reign on this team, probably outside of DeRozan. So he has a chance to really mature into a player like Kawhi. He may not be a superstar, but I think he definitely has all-star potential. And that's what the Spurs need, another all-star. Keldon Johnson also has shown the ability to get to the hoop, in a pretty fundamental way. Fundamental dunks, great athleticism, very similar to Kawhi, man. Very similar to Kawhi. So the comparison isn't something I'm just making out of thin air. It's legitimate. Okay, so the Spurs have a chance to have a gem to develop here because the Spurs aren't going to get a whole lot of free agents if history repeats itself. So development is key, man. I'm excited about this guy. I'm excited about Keldon Johnson. He is the future. All right, guys, that's it for this one. Thanks for watching. Check out some of the other videos on the channel, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.